Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacciana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we are going to unwrap and take a look at my latest eBay purchase. This past Wednesday morning I was searching, just browsing around eBay, and found this listing for a lighter gift set, a Zippo lighter gift set, that had some curious engraving on it that definitely sparked my interest. And this lighter is a good example of why when you are browsing around eBay and you see a lighter that you're interested in, you should go ahead and click the watch button. Go ahead and keep that saved there in your My eBay, because no sooner than I had done that did I receive a discounted offer from the seller. And that's kind of a nice perk sometimes, is there will be a lighter or something there that you're really considering purchasing anyway, and now you're getting a discounted offer from the seller just about as soon as you show interest in it at all. So this box is in fairly good condition. You can see it looks like it's had a label ripped off the back here. No big deal. It was kind of a curiosity to me. You all know that I don't care about the paper. I don't, it's not part of anything that I really care to have in my collection. I do recognize that it's good for selling the lighter sometimes. I did correspond with the seller after seeing the note that he left there about it, enjoying the custom Zippo, and he informed me that it had been engraved and ordered from a place called Things Remembered, which I happened to find another example of a Things Remembered gift box listed by another seller right now on eBay. This one is quite a bit older, 1995. You can see the box is labeled both Zippo and Things Remembered in this eBay listing. So it was a joint effort of sorts, and while it was custom in the engraving, it was still fully authorized and came with the guarantee paper and all that, just like any Zippo would have from the factory. Mine did not come with the fuel can, which it was listed as such, so that was not unexpected. It does have the spare flint holder, which is already shaking up some dust there in that cleared tube. You can see there that the lighter is engraved Semper Hi. This lighter is really tight in this felt insert, so it's going to take me a moment here to get the felt insert out of the box and then to get that lighter squeezed out of the insert once I do that. But a quick Google search will bring up and show you that there is a Semper Hi clothing company. There is also an entry in the Urban Dictionary that defines Semper Hi as always high. Semper Hi is a motivational phrase adapted from the Marine Corps motto Semper Fi, created by the Weed for Warriors project founder to express the lifestyle of a veteran suffering from service-connected disabilities finding healing through cannabis. And I believe the Semper Fi clothing company is owned by the Weed for Warriors project. This lighter was listed as used, but then in the description as never been lit. It's pretty common among vintage. This one's not all that old, not even really vintage, 10 years, but I understand why a lot of people list them that way. You have those controls in your eBay settings, but with a 10-year-old lighter, you're not necessarily going to list that as new. So I get it, new, but it is all the same. It's got this really thick plate on the front, on the lid, and on the bottom case that is sort of a brushed, I want to say anodized look, but I don't think that would be right. You can see it kind of has a satin and some grain in there. The engraving is pretty fancy looking engraving to me. It looks like it is like two line or piped, maybe. I'm not sure how you would describe that sort of engraving, but it makes for a very good looking lighter that I am thrilled to have acquired, especially for the price that I got it for. I am always looking for Zippos or any kind of vintage lighter, newer lighter, anything that is cannabis, marijuana, medical marijuana related. I am interested. So while I have never myself spent any time in the military, I have plenty of my family who have. My father was in the Army, had uncles in the Air Force and the Navy, a cousin in the Marines. I don't know if he would appreciate this lighter or not. We're going to go ahead and pull the insert and check it out. The case is dated or September of 2010. The insert is also marked I of 2010. So this insert exactly matches that case, which seems to me pretty rare. It seems like normally it is off by at least a few months, a month or two. This flint spring screw was a little tight, and I should have grabbed a bigger screwdriver. Instead, I marred up the lighter just a little bit there on that brass flint spring screw. You'll be able to see it here in a little bit after I get it all out. But by pulling this flint spring screw, we can see whether or not our flint has degraded, which in that time period I wouldn't have expected it to necessarily. Ted Ballard did tell me 5 years, but I don't know if that's always the case. Maybe just when they've been particularly moist at some point. Maybe this seller put that flint in there right before he mailed it to me. I don't know. But whatever however we got here, the flint tube is clear now, and that flint had been ground up against the file wheel, even though the lighter appeared to be new. So no big deal there. That appears to be fairly common to me as well. The last new lighters that I got from Zippo had flints in them that had been ground against the file wheel. So I'll go ahead and get that tightened down, and you can see there where my screwdriver was not quite as wide as I need it to be, and marred up that screw a little bit. So if I end up selling this to somebody, sorry, but it will be noted in the listing, as always. Very thorough on my descriptions about the condition of the lighters that I sell. I'll be kind of careful putting this back down in here. Won't be slamming it shut a whole lot. It's a very nice lighter. One that I am very glad to put in the collection for the time being, and I don't know. We'll see how things go and see what I decide to do with it. I'm not sure if the Weed for Warriors project is something that is still in motion. All the posts that I saw on the Instagram page and all those things seem to be kind of stale and old. But it's a worthwhile cause that I hope is still rolling. Until next time.